We have a menagerie. Are we live? Are we?
Are we live? No,
Are
wait.
we live?
Are we?
On air now.
Oh,
Love live.
Live. Are we alive? Alive? Oh.
For pets.
we have new guests today. Look at this, Rogeria and Daphne. Can we bring the two of them to
Together in the one screen.
Let's
That's
see
right.
them in English. Go
This
ahead,
is
Rogeria.
say hello,
Say
Daphne.
hi in English.
Terry. Oh, look, she's licking
She's
it.
pissed off. She's freaking
Yeah.
Loves
pissed
you,
off.
right?
She's very happy. She's I don't get licked very often, so it's nice. Okay. But no, this is Daphne, my son's dog, and he gave it Daphne to his wife for their wedding.
Can you see Rogeria? Can you see
Yeah.
Rogeria's tail on screen? Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see.
It's a short one.
She has
Do you
half
know-
a tail.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
I have no idea.
Do I know why? What? Sorry, what was the question? I wasn't.
Asking the three of you. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. So why Rogeria has this short
Half
tail?
tail.
Why?
Why? It's a short tail
Yeah.
because Gaudier cut it off.
No.
I'm not a monster.
Well, it's not a Manx cat. A Manx cat has no tail. It's a
No,
type
she's
of.
not. She is. No, she's not this.
Did
She's-
she have an accident?
It's
Just-
because she is a brewer. What's the word, Gaudier?
Breed, a special breed, a special breed.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
A tailless cat, a tailless cat. No, not tailless, she has a short tail.
She has. It represents a number 7.
Yeah.
So and it's because her breed. Tell me.
Breed.
Breed.
Breed,
Yes, thank you
breed.
very much. So
BREED.
she's like a blue blood cat.
Blue blood.
Okay, so
She's pedigree cat. Yeah? Pedigree?
Yes.
Yeah, she's posh.
Yeah.
Because she's
Yeah.
posh.
royal
Yeah.
cat.
Yes. Royal cat, yes. We found her on a dumpster, but she's very royal.
Really?
So I see.
Cats are
Recycled.
always royal.
No, I'm
Recycled
joking.
cat.
We didn't
Okay.
recycle.
No,
We
no.
didn't find her in a dumpster. It's a different story. But I used to work in a restaurant that was like inside a small farm,
Yeah.
3 years ago. And as it was a small farm, there were thousands of animals and Brazilian raccoon, if that's a word, because I forgot how to say gambá in English. So anyway, and she showed up. Literally showed up in the restaurant, and she started to interact with us, and we started feeding her. But that was quite kind of problematic because in the middle of service, while we were walking with extremely expensive
Oh, no.
plates and dishes and cups, glasses, she would be walking around the saloon, around the guests, So it was a problem, and we found out that the best way to solve this problem was someone adopting her. And
So
I
you took her home.
adopted her. I brought her home.
Very good, very
She's
noble.
been with me. She's been with
Kirsten,
me.
you have a menagerie in your house too, don't you? A menagerie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I do, yes. At the moment, I even have 5 dogs here because my daughter is here. She's
Oh.
visiting us, and she has a dog as well. And so there are 5 dogs in the living room at the moment.
Wow.
Wow. That's rough. Very
Yeah, it's okay. It's surprisingly
too bad.
quiet. It's
Yeah.
surprisingly quiet. Yeah, really.
Surprisingly quiet.
Yeah.
Yes. That's impressive. Hard to believe, though, but
Yes,
impressive.
it is. But they know each other well. So it's not a big problem. But in the beginning, when they came over, it was really a little bit stressful. But now it's getting better.
Mhm. Yeah, I wanted to adopt a second cat, but I'm afraid of how Rogeria is going to react because she's a little bit territorial, She's possessive.
So, but it's a female.
It's a female.
So it's easier to put two females together, I think, than two males because, I think they might be
I'm
a
just
little bit.
I'm
What?
sharing this video. I'm sharing the video on Facebook groups, and so maybe we can bring other people. And you keep talking. Yes. By the time is somebody else coming, Roy?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to take. We promised David, who was on with us before, David Booth, who is an English language teacher in his day and spent some time in Germany and speaks about 4 or 5 languages.
Okay.
And plays the classical guitar as well.
I remember him.
So he said he would, but he was in traffic, so he might have got delayed. But I hope he gets, because I know, Kirsten, you have to leave to take a class, don't you?
Yes, my class begins
25 past.
at 6:30, so in 20 minutes.
Yeah, okay, so, you speak for 20 minutes and then you can go, okay?
I can do that.
What
So it's
would
good
you
for
like
you,
to speak
so I'm
about?
just in the flow of speaking. But Fernanda, last time you were asking me about this guy who wanted to take a German class with me, and you asked me why that wouldn't be possible. It's not possible because
before you give this answer,
what?
I would like to say something for people that are here watching us.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you are not live at the moment. You can come back to this video and you can watch again and share and make comments. So if you are looking for English teachers or if you are looking for Germany teachers, we have 3 people here, 4 people here to help you. So you just send us a message. Roy is a teacher, Gaudier is a teacher, I am a teacher, and also Kirsten. So why the guy cannot join your German classes?
German class. The problem is my German class, which I'm currently having, is provided by a special school in Germany, which is Volkshochschule, and it's only for refugees which are supported by the government here and in our area. So, and it's supported by the government of the county, not the country, the county here. And so this is the problem. We often had questions from other people from other countries, and they are not allowed to take part in these courses, which is a problem, because I'm very sorry about that, but I don't have the saying in this.
Yeah. So do you do any like one-to-one teaching away from the school?
Not at the moment, because I have so many courses and classes, and I don't have time. I'm very busy in online
as
teaching.
They say in Brazil, you are muito ocupada. Is that right?
Occupied.
Occupied. Yeah. Some of it, that's a friendly. That is not a false friend. That is a friend, isn't it? Occupied.
No, it's correct. I think the usage is the same.
What's the German word for busy? Like that? Is there a similar word?
Beschäftigt. It's different.
Yeah, you are very beschäftigt.
Nein, beschäftigt. Ich bin beschäftigt.
Beschäftigt.
The problem is for English toilets, you also use occupied, but you wouldn't use this for German toilets. You wouldn't say beschäftigt.
Yeah.
You say besetzt.
Just 1 minute for a minute. I will be back in a minute. I'm talking to David.
Hi, David. How are you? We are waiting for you here. Okay, guys.
Say hello. Say hello. There's David.
Where are you?
Hey.
We are waiting for you here.
Can you explain why he's not here? Did you try the link? Did you? You're live. No, you're not live. You're not in the. I sent you the link in WhatsApp.
What's happened there, Gaudier? I can hear some problems.
It's in your WhatsApp messages. I sent it to you.
Went off on the street.
Street.
Okay, so let's mute Roy because he's talking. Yes, now he's back. And okay, so Kerstin, how is where you are not in Berlin, are you? No, you're not. You are in Munich.
In the middle of Germany, in the countryside.
It's around München.
Yeah, in a small village. What, Gauji?
It's around. I don't know how to say. I know how to say in Portuguese, but I don't know how to say in English and either German. But in Portuguese we say Munich.
No,
yeah, Munich.
No.
Yeah.
Munich, München. München is
Munich. In English we say Munich. Yeah.
No, it's in the middle. Munich is in the south, and it's about 100 kilometers north of Frankfurt.
Okay.
So Frankfurt, and so we are in the countryside.
We didn't have the chance to talk about COVID and whatever happened there at the moment. Can you share what's going on? How is COVID like? How is the vaccination?
Here in Germany?
Yes.
Everybody is annoyed about the politics, and the vaccination is now it's a little bit increasing, but it was very, very slow, and it stopped all the time because of the problems with the AstraZeneca. And so that is always a problem. At first it was said only younger people should have these jabs, and now only older people under over 60.
Like me, I am old. Yeah, like me. And today I got AstraZeneca. I got vaccinated today. Yeah.
Really? I was about to ask.
Yeah, today was the day, 11 o'clock in the Aviva Stadium, 10 o'clock in the Aviva Stadium.
And are you still feeling well?
Yeah, well, I'm well enough to be here. I probably wouldn't like to climb Mount Everest or play a football match or do things like that, but I'm okay. So far, so good. But I believe it can get worse maybe after 6 hours or so, or maybe a little longer.
Because I heard the first vaccination with AstraZeneca is worse than the second, and
the second
with
one,
BioNTech it's just the other way around.
My wife had it a few weeks ago. She's a physiotherapist, and she felt off, a bit shook, as we say, a bit shook.
Under the weather.
Under the weather. Yes, under the weather, shook. Maybe her a little sensitive skin-wise, physically, And I don't think she had a temperature, but she didn't feel not feeling herself, as they say. This is again another metaphor for under the weather or a bit shook.
A bit shook, not shaken.
No, a bit shaken is when you are. I'm feeling a bit shook. I'm feeling a bit shaken. Shaken is when you get a fright, I think. Shaken. And I'm feeling a bit shook. Why is there a difference between shook and shaken? Don't be asking me these difficult questions. But I would never say I'm feeling a bit shaken. She was shaken by the experience when she got a fright. Shaken.
It sounds more. It sounds like something emotional, right?
But I'm feeling a bit shook. Now, why is it shook?
How would you spell it?
SHOOK. Shook.
Yes.
But it's the same as the past tense of shake. Yesterday I shook, but I'm feeling a bit shook. That's interesting, because it's the same verb, I think, and it's shook is the past simple of shake, but it's not the past participle. I'm feeling a bit shaken.
Guys.
No, we see.
David's here. Can we let him in?
Of course, please. Can you see him?
Yes, I can.
Oh, why don't you let him in?
I don't know. I thought that my mom had seen him.
All right.
I was supposed to do this. Oh God.
Yes. There
he is not. You are more than a rumor, David. You are here in reality. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Okay.
Well, I think shook isn't good English. I think it's used now to be it's a kind of idiom, a modern idiom or slang expression, but it's not good English.
Should I not teach it to my class?
No,
I'm feeling a bit shook.
No, it's not. It's not acceptable English in my book.
But if we use, I am 69 years old, and I've probably been using it for 69 years. Well, I've been shook all my life. But anyway, David, you haven't met.
I wonder if I could look it up and find.
Yeah. Well, that's your homework for next week. All right.
All right.
Sure.
A lot of things come in.
What about Elvis? We were singing Elvis songs last week about Wood and Heart. He has one. I'm all shook up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm all shook up. So I'm all shook
There
up.
you go. It's not just it's not an
It's not
Irish.
just me. It's Elvis as well. Anyway, David, introduce you to Kirsten. And Kirsten, introduce yourselves. Oh, well, no, we should do the introduction. But this is David, and this is Kirsten.
Nice
And,
to meet you.
Kirsten,
Ryan.
Go on, impress her, David. Say a few words in German to her. Go on, say a few words.
5 Uhr, als Roy hat mir angerufen, ich war online zu finden, genau wo in Deutschland ist Hessen, weil ich habe gesehen in Facebook, dass du wohnst in Hessen, gell?
Das stimmt. Das ist richtig.
Das ist richtig. Well done, David. Das ist richtig.
Hessen ist nicht
in der
Bayern.
Mitte.
Roy glaubt, dass du kommst aus Bayern.
Nein, ich bin Hessen. Hessen
Nein,
ist in
nein.
der Mitte Deutschlands.
Mitteldeutschland.
Ja,
Mitteldeutschland.
genau in der Mitte.
Ach so.
Just in the middle of Germany. Yeah, Hessen.
Okay.
It's a
Nicht
county
weit
say-
here.
von Frankfurt.
Not quite.
Further
About
up.
100 kilometers from Frankfurt.
I
North of
see.
Frankfurt.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Where
And
where were you
Go ahead,
in,
yeah.
in Germany, David? Because Roy told me you were in Germany a few times or many times, I don't know.
Yes, when I was a student, and some of them, like Roy, were going off to the US in the summertime, I went to Germany. The first summer was my second year in college, and then again in the third year in college, I went to Munich the first summer. And when I was there, every train in Munich had publicity to try to get people to not forget Berlin. And they had beautiful pictures of Berlin in every train in Munich saying, Berlin, ja, das ist Deutschland.
Oh, that
And
was before the wall fell. Yeah.
Before the wall
a
fell.
long time ago.
Okay.
Before you were born, Kirsten. Before you were born.
Oh, no, not really.
No,
Thank you,
yeah.
but no.
Before Gaudi was born, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we were in college in 1970. We were in college together
Understand
in
this.
Trinity. And that was 1970, 71, 72. And I spent my summers in upstate New York working in a hotel. And David had a European cultural experience. Were you playing the guitar, David? Were you busking or not?
I was. I had to get a job in some commercial establishment. So in Munich, I worked in a metal drilling company
Okay.
on Kirchenstraße, and I drilled holes in bits of metal for 6 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
in Berlin, I got a job in IBM because I had an uncle high up in IBM in Ireland. And when I got to Germany, they gave me an interview, and I insisted on doing it in German. And they said, "Oh my goodness, we didn't know an Irishman could speak German. We were going to put you in the factory." They had a factory there making the new IBM word processor, which had a capacity of 2 pages. And
Ooh.
I was going to be
Wow.
I was going to be on the assembly line. And then when they found out I could speak some German, they said, would I work in the accounts department? And so I was delighted to be in accounts in Langwitzer Straße in Berlin. But I had to go by train over the wall every morning to
Oh.
Friedrichstraße,
Mhm.
and then out again on the S-Bahn to the IBM factory. So I saw the machine guns every day.
Oh. So,
Fernanda, didn't we sing a song or a David Bowie song about the wall? Is it called The Wall? Or you introduced, I think Fernanda's Frozen. Has she Are you there, Fernanda?
She's
Yeah.
Yeah, you're much more beautiful when you're frozen, actually. Yeah. But so tell your mother to wake up. She's
Sorry, right. It's
yeah,
the
okay.
internet.
There she is.
I thought you got your internet
She's
frozen. Yeah.
back.
No, but didn't we talk about a David Bowie song written about a girl he saw beside the wall in Berlin? Didn't we? Or am I hallucinating?
I think
Just-
you did, yes.
You think I'm hallucinating, or you think you suggested this song about a guy? He sees this girl beside the wall kissing somebody else, and he writes this song. Was it not right, David Bowie? You suggested the song, and then I tried to analyze it, but I'm pretty
Who
sure
are
it was
you
the
talking
Berlin.
to?
You.
With David, me, myself. So
Yeah,
go
well,
back. Sorry,
David
I
Bowie.
lost her.
Okay, you suggested a song about from David Bowie about, was it some reference to seeing a girl beside the Berlin Wall, or am I hallucinating? Maybe not. I'll check it out before next week.
I remember this story, but I don't think that I did that. I brought this to the conversation. Somebody else did,
No?
or you yourself. I don't know. Not me. I do love David Bowie, but anyway.
I'm pretty sure it was you. But anyway, don't worry. Do you like David Bowie?
It wasn't me.
Kirsten?
I love
No, it wasn't you.
I
No,
love them.
it wasn't you. No. And we have lots of musicians here. We should try because Kirsten plays the guitar. So she says. Although she has a guitar
She has
behind
never
her.
proven it. She has never proven it.
No, you're right. I should, but not today. I need to leave in 5.
Okay. Right. Well, okay. You're just in time to sing a verse of Wooden Heart before you go. Yeah?
Maybe
No?
David can do that.
David,
Maybe
yeah,
he
come on.
knows the song as well in German.
What happened to him? There he is.
Yeah, he's looking after his family. Is that right?
I think he's looking after. Yeah, maybe.
I'm looking up Shook Up and Shake Up.
I would like to know this.
And the Chambers Family Dictionary says shook up is the past tense of shake up, and shake up is it's an informal expression. It's a fundamental change, disturbance, or reorganization.
Shake up. Yeah.
So
okay.
fundamental change, disturbance, or reorganization.
Okay, so Elvis is saying, I'm having a fundamental change of disturbance or organization.
You're fundamentally changed, Roy.
Deranged, I think, is the word. Deranged. I'm all shook up. Okay, well, we will do that for homework for next time, But anyway, did you ever learn?
Would Kirsten agree with me that it's useful when you see a big dictionary for sale? I got my first big dictionary. I don't know if you can see the Collins English.
Okay, I know this.
They were throwing that out at a language school I was at in Korea, so I picked up this huge one. And then when I was doing teacher training, I bought this one. Can you see this one? The Cambridge Internet.
Okay.
I can't see it. And then I found out. Then the other one that I particularly like is this Chambers one, because it tells you the origin of every word, and usually when the word started coming into the language. Like
this is interesting. Okay. Which one is it?
For English? It's the German English?
No, it's English only.
Oh, just English,
If you take the word hilt, as you put your sword back into the hilt. Sorry,
up to the hilt.
I'm wrong. The hilt is the handle, especially of a sword, a dagger, or a knife. And it's an old Anglo-Saxon word, hilte. Hilte is Anglo-Saxon. It's a very old word. Whereas hillock, meaning a small hill, is a 14th century English word Hillock, Hilloc, and now we spell it with a K. But it's been in language since
Which
the
book is
14th
it,
century.
David?
And the hindquarters, for example,
I
has
can hear you.
been in the language since the 19th century. It's the Chambers Family Dictionary.
Can you show me the cover?
I'm trying to see how I can.
Oh,
That was too difficult for him, Kirsten. He turned himself off.
good, just lifted it up. So I need to leave,
Okay.
unfortunately, because my students are waiting.
Okay,
Yes,
we will
just-
see you.
I just have to change the channel here.
Yeah. Musi then.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yes,
And we see you
Wiedersehen.
soon again.
All right, maybe. Yeah, we will talk.
Bye-bye,
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
right. Hang
Yeah.
on.
Oh.
On Monday,
Yeah.
I might be not
You
able
might-
to join our.
All right, our weekly chat. We have,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
visiting my daughter in Frankfurt. Maybe
Okay.
we could do that later in the afternoon.
Yeah,
or-
we'll text. We will make an arrangement.
Okay,
Okay.
so-
Thank you.
Yes, before
David,
you
yeah, I'm
leave,
yeah,
say
Kirsten
something
is going now,
to
but
people
you-
watching, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Say something in German to people watching us now before you leave. Just
So, liebe Leute, ich muss
Muss.
leider gehen, weil ich einen Englischkurs habe. I have to go because I have an English class.
We'll
I
see
hope to
then.
see you next
We'll
week
see
again.
then.
All right, Pete. Thank you very
I'll see
much.
this. I'll see
Bye.
you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, see you. Auf
Right.
Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen. She
Right.
promised me. That's women for you. Women, they say one thing and they don't. They never do what they promise. She said she would sing the German version of Wooden Heart. You know the verse. You know the song Wooden Heart, David. Elvis
I
sang
do.
it. Yeah, and it's got in German. Here.
I think Elvis breaks into German in that
Yeah,
song.
he
isn't
does.
that right?
And this is muss sie denn, so müsste
Elvis.
der hinaus.
Wow.
Der hinaus, und du mein Schatz bliebst hier. Muss sie denn, so müsste der hinaus.
Good heavens, Roy.
Und du mein Schatz.
You actually learned.
Yeah, I'm not going to learn it. I'm just reading it off my Word document. But
Really?
there's no. She says it's something. It's apparently Elvis lived on a U.S. Army base with his father during the war, the Second World War.
No,
And, not
Sure.
during the Second World. No, not sorry, forgot. After the Second
Vietnam.
World War. Yeah, in
There
the
we are.
50s, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
he
then,
wasn't. Surely he wasn't living with, or.
Okay.
He met his
Yeah,
wife
they-
in Germany. Didn't he? I
the
thought
early
he was in the
50s.
army.
yeah, but
You think it was with his family? He was a little boy.
yeah, maybe. Well, maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe he was there as a soldier.
I think he was there as a soldier, and he must have
Yeah,
heard
in
them.
Heidelberg, and apparently he had to go, and he was very sad. And Musi Den is must I go? I think Musi. Does that make sense? Musi Den. Musi
Den
Den.
isn't anything to do with go, but
Is it not?
and it sounds like dialect because
Yeah.
E isn't a German word. It must be short for ich.
Can I share my screen?
It's all in
Yes,
dialect.
you can. And we can also say hi to people watching us now because
Yeah.
we have some people there. I can see their names because we might not be friends on Facebook. And this is a good opportunity to learn, to talk, to listen, to practice.
Okay.
You
Of course,
are-
David. You can you read that on your phone? You're on a phone, so you're there. Can you
Make
you
it
see
bigger,
that, David?
please, Roy.
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
I will make it a bit bigger then. Is that better?
I see what you mean, Roy. Yes, it must be something like.
I thought she said, "Must I go?" You know, must he then? And but Statela in house, I couldn't get her to translate it. And the mein Schatz bliebst hier. I think it's and you, my darling, will stay here. Is that right? Mein Schatz, is that my darling? Und du mein Schatz bliebst hier? Here? Muss sie denn, so muss da hin Haus. Da hin Haus, und du mein Schatz am liebster, yeah. I think.
My guess, Roy, is I must to the Stadtteile go out, and you
Oh,
must
yes.
stay.
Yeah,
So
I think she said,
then is just then. So must I then to the Stadtteil out?
oh, yes, yeah. I think it's
and
an
you,
idiom.
my
It's an idiom of
darling,
the outside
stay
of town
here.
or something. Yeah.
Or it's a question, isn't it? And must you stay here?
Yes,
There's a
that's it.
question
It's
mark.
like for I
here.
must go and you must stay. You know, that's the gist of it. I think maybe he's talking to a loved one that he has to leave behind. You know, I don't know.
It sounds a bit familiar, Roy, doesn't it? Like Danny Boy.
Like Danny Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I must buy. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
You must go and I must bide, or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are calling from the summer's gone and all the dreams are gleaming for you. For is it? You must go. You must go and I must bide. I must bide. Yeah.
You must go and I must bide. It's exactly the same thing.
Extra noise there. It's right. The right scream maybe.
All right. Sorry. Yeah, I stopped. I stopped the German lesson there for a minute. You know.
Very good. Yes, that's what I was going to say to people. Sometimes we do this translating from a language to another, and now they are trying to guess what was the meaning of the lyrics from German to English. Is this a good way of learning, guys? Do you agree? Do you agree with this particular exercise of translating from whatever language to English and vice versa? Is this a good way of practicing your learning?
Well, I see, I am biased because I do it a lot, and I'll show you something. Now, okay, well, let's see if you will recognize this if I share it now.
By the time you find your file,
I
want to hear from Gaudier. Gaudier, please, can you give me an answer for this question? We are so quiet, just watching.
Yes, I think that this is something good for practice, for practicing. But it shouldn't be the only way to practice English. Not at all.
Okay.
Because you can develop some bad habits, you know, from this kind of exercise. So
now, you see what I've done there. I mean, you know, sing that in Portuguese for me, Gaudier. You are. Do you remember the tune?
What is this, Molly Malone?
Yeah, you see it. Okay. So anyway, this is something I do for fun, but normally I would gap fill, you know, I would leave it all in English. But to a very beginner, I think this could be helpful to somebody from Brazil who has very little English, you know. So you see the English, that the target language is English. And na bela cidade in Dublin's first city, Dublin. Onde as garotas são tão bonitas, you know, where the girls are so pretty, you know. So is this good or is it bad? I don't know. But I would then try and sing it in Portuguese, you know. Na bela cidade de Dublin, onde as garotas são tão bonitas. O primeiro coloquei meus olhos na doce Molly Malone. Quanto... Are you still there, David? Have I scared you off? Are you there? Are you there?
David, yes. And what about you, David? What do you think?
I'm listening to Gaudier's point, and I have to agree with him that songs are problematical. There's something very powerful and beautiful about a song that you love and that you download the lyrics for and you learn the meaning. But so many songs have either bad language or old language or words, like in Molly Malone, line 2, To set eyes on someone, to set eyes is not common English at all, and students at the beginning shouldn't learn that and shouldn't worry about that. Cockles and mussels, again, are not common for young learners. It's not an easy song to pick up. A lot of songs, a lot of American songs are in very bad English with a lot of abbreviations and wannas and gonas and
slangs and etc.
A lot of slang, and so it is problematical to take a lot of songs. This German one, again, because it's not, I don't think it's High German. I think it's dialect German. Again, it's questionable whether you should probably if you take songs like Simon and Garfunkel, their words are in perfect English. If you take songs of ABBA, the English is perfect.
Beatles?
But would you agree with that, Roy?
Yeah.
What about Beatles? Are they good English too?
Who?
The Beatles.
The Beatles are very good. I have a particular love. I can't think of any way of criticizing them. The Beatles were slightly mad, and so their songs sometimes are a bit crazy. And so unless you know that the songs are kind of meant to be just funny, like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, what does that exactly...
Yellow Submarine.
Yellow
we all live in a yellow submarine.
Very good example.
Here's a question.
I think so you do have to be careful with some of the Beatles songs, but Eleanor Rigby is just perfect English, and Michelle or If I Fell in Love with You. So I suppose
what I found with Molly Malone, it's not everyone's favorite song, and that's not my favorite song. But the students just love singing the chorus, alive, alive, oh, alive. And at the end of, particularly if you sang it at the end of a class, they got together and they sang it together. And there's something about that I think has a value, where you...
I think it's probably the best song in Ireland, in that anybody can learn it in 10 minutes. And it has a sweet little story that she sold seafood and her parents sold seafood and she died and now she's a ghost. It's a very simple story to get your head around. So it's by far the most popular song taught to students in Ireland. And as you say, then they can start by joining in the chorus, and then most students can learn that song in the week or 2 or 3 that they're in Ireland, and it'll be the song that they take home. But we have bigger songs with more things happening.
I took the Wild Rover home, to be honest.
That's a good one, isn't it?
I love that song.
Which one?
The Wild
Rover. And it's no, nay, never. And again, that's one with the nice chorus that they do like singing together. And the rhythm, no, nay, never, no more. With the
clapping.
Did you say, Roy, that the Wild Rover always works well with a class?
I think so. I'm trying to think of. Well, I mean, I've never taught children, so but I still think it might work then. But I've spent all my money on whiskey and beer. It's how appropriate is that for teaching kids? But I don't know. But it's still like the prodigal son. The son. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done. But there's nice words and there's nice rhythm and there's fun in it, which I've found. I have a question for you.
The most important thing on those songs, like the Wild Rover, Country Roads, Molly Malone, and etc. American Pie. It's the feeling that you get when you go to the pub and you know how to sing that song, because if you go to the Temple Bar on a Saturday night, and there will probably be someone, a busker or someone in the bar playing those tunes, And when the musician starts to play, everybody starts to sing together, you know? So there's that feeling of connection with the language that is quite important for a student. And that's a part of learning a song that I think it's important, you know? Like, I'm sorry, I'm taking my laptop's charger, but like feeling part of the culture, you know? The cultural aspects of the songs that are important, in my opinion.
You're right. I think that the songs, especially Molly Malone, Irish Rover, are always played in an Irish song night, and it probably it would help any language learner to know 10 of the most popular songs, and then that wonderful feeling of joining in with everybody. And knowing the words.
That's exactly how I felt, you know? Like, I remember my first night at the Temple Bar, they were playing tunes, and I was like, I don't know how to sing any of those tunes, you know?
Oh, yes!
And I saw everybody singing together, and that, you know, in the same way that we sing Evidências in Brazil, like... Yeah.
But isn't that maybe a uniquely Irish thing? That you can go to a pub, you could go to 10 pubs and have a good sing-song in Dublin, but you wouldn't get the same maybe in London or in Tokyo or in Sao Paulo. I don't know.
Yes, in Sao Paulo.
No, certainly not in Sao Paulo. They won't be singing the Irish Rover in Sao Paulo.
No.
Maybe in one or two pubs.
Yeah.
But you know, I am a musician. We have a couple of songs, you know, like I'm a musician and I play like loads of different genres. But most of the gigs that I play, I have to finish with a traditional song, like a Brazilian country music song. Either Evidências or Boate Azul, or, you know, I always have to play something like that. Mostly because I live in the countryside, but it's something cultural.
Well, are those songs that you always have to play, would you describe them as folk songs or pop songs or what?
I would say that they became folk. They became. I mean, it's not folk. It's not folk in the literal way, you know. But it's something that it's kind of traditional, you know, because there are quote unquote old songs, rather old songs. They're from the 70s, you know, 70s and 80s.
Because I think I don't know if Roy would agree with me that we have the old songs like. I believe Molly Malone is very old, and Danny Boy is about 100 years old. No, maybe a bit more, 120 years old. But there was a lot of songs written in the Irish folk revival in the 60s and 70s. There was a huge revival all over Britain and Ireland in folk music, folk songs. And that has rather died out now, but the songs are still greatly loved from that period. But I'm now teaching a whole load of Spanish, and I teach 14, 15-year-old students from Italy and Spain, and they don't have a folk tradition. They have rap songs and all sorts of rather sexy stuff, but they don't go into melancholy, and they don't have emigration songs, and they don't do famines, and they don't have the kind of songs they do.
This is generational, no? Maybe it's because of the time. Hello, Elis Cordeiro. Hello, Marcos Felicio. Good to see you guys. You're very welcome to Teachers Talk. Can I just say something? We need to finish shortly because we have to. And this is not a long Teachers Talk. This is a medium Teachers Talk. And
just an hour. No, 45 minutes here.
45 minutes, exactly. To finish this, I think we should go. Of course, we had lots. If you are just arriving now, you can come back to this video later and listen to all wonderful tips that these teachers here are giving you about learning a language and how to the importance as well, I think, of history. So to finish this conversation, I would like to suggest, Roy, for you maybe in 2 weeks' time, we can bring David again, and we can translate Boate Azul. What do you think, Gaudier? Can we do this?
It won't be a good idea because Boate
What
Azul
to do? What do we do? What are we agreeing to do?
Boate Azul
Boate
is
Azul.
even worse than Evidências. Boate Azul is a song
Yes.
that, oh boy,
Yeah.
it will be
We
very
should.
inappropriate, but it will be funny.
Okay. Well, send us the lyrics and the tune, and we will see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
One final question: what Beatles song demonstrates the use of the second conditional, which is what hypothetical in the future? Okay,
Oh my God.
and it demonstrates it in a question form. Okay, that's a clue. So, okay, the clue demonstrates it in a question form and starts with if. If I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true
Michelle.
and help me? No, it's not Michelle. It's If I Fell. It's actually, that's the name of the song, If I Fell. If I fell in
it's
love
not
with you,
Michelle.
would you? No, Michelle. I know I'm a bad singer, but Michelle is a different tune. Michelle, my belle,
I know. Sorry, I'm not
big.
big. I am a fan of Beatles, but I don't know that. I'm
Yeah.
not an expert of, But anyway, yes, I like them very much.
Yeah, I'm not that keen on the Beatles. I appreciate them, but I'm not that keen on the Beatles. The Beatles.
I love them. They're very nice. Yes, very, very good.
Okay, so
Boate Azul. So, yes, I'm curious. So for Elise, we will translate Boate Azul.
Okay, what's Valet Me? Sing it for me. Valet Me, is it?
Valet Me.
No, Valet Me. It's like
Elise.
God help us, something like this.
All right. Okay. God help us learn this song then. All right.
God help us.
We will do a duet, David. You will play the instrumental on your guitar, and I will record the vocal, and we'll send it to Gaudier, and he will edit it together.
How many times David were here before? Twice. This is his third time, isn't it?
I think this is my third time. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's time for you to sing, I think we are waiting for that opportunity.
If Gaudier plays something.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. David, get one of your boys to record you playing a song and then send it to Fernanda or me, and we will play it as a recorded item. Your boy.
Well, I don't know how to do that, but I could ask
your boys will know. Your boys will know. You just on your phone, on the recorded thing for a video. Record a video of you playing your favorite tune, whatever it is, classical or.
Oh, I see on camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in your phone camera.
And then you send it.
Okay.
You send it like
easy.
you send a text. Yeah. Okay,
Exactly.
and your boys can supervise the quality. All right.
Okay.
And I can post here on Teacher's Talk. Yeah. Okay,
great.
guys. So I think we are done for today. We had Kirsten, which is great, and we have loads of different things today. German and translation, and David
English,
and Roy,
Portuguese.
and English, Portuguese. All
Perfect
together.
lesson planning, didn't we? We knew exactly what we were doing.
As always, yes.
Would you like to concept check on what we've learned today, or whatever?
All right.
Okay. Right.
Things.
So that's it,
Well,
right?
good to see you all again.
Good.
Yes, please come back.
I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you. Hope to see you next week.
Yes, thank you very much. Goodbye, guys. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.